Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Alyssa, and on this channel I create budgeting content, planning content, and side hustle content. So if any of that sounds interesting, make sure you give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. I am on a journey to paying off over $200,000 in student loan debt. If you watched my budget closeout video for the first half of September, I'll link it up above here, but I did mention how much my payment is every month, and now that we're so close, two payments coming back in less than a month here, in October, which is I think like the 22nd, 21st. My payments are about $1,062 and some change, so call it $1,063 every single month. That's insane because I'm sure some of you that's like maybe more than your mortgage. It's pretty darn close to what my parents' mortgage is. So it's wild that I have to pay that every single month, but it's a choice that I made, and I have to pay it off. There's really no other doubt about it. So on this video, we will be setting up the second half of September, the 15th through the 30th, and I'm going to walk you guys through how I'm preparing to basically pay off those student loans and what my overall budget looks like. So first things first, we'll be starting with the inflow. So my W-2, and my job, so I am basically in a sales role, and I receive a base salary, which is like pretty low for what I do, but I also receive commission on top of that. If I had to think off the top of my head what my base salary is, it's in like, I think it's about 52 to 55,000 a year, but I often get between about 10 and 20K in commission depending on how much like business we do, and then I also get a bonus on top of that. So if that gives you kind of an idea of what I earn, it's so variable every year. But what I do is I pretty much just live off of my base salary because that's really the only guaranteed income every month that I have. I don't get paid until my clients pay from the commission standpoint. So I'm very thankful that I do have this base salary to live off of. And this paycheck period, I did receive two commission checks. So we had our normal $1,800, which would be my regular W-2, plus $1,007 in commission. Each commission check for me is $1,000, but if you minus the taxes, which is about 33% for Washington, not even Washington State, federal taxes, because Washington State doesn't have income tax, it comes out to what should have been $2,000, comes out to $1,307. I do get a lot of that back at tax time, so don't think that like I'm really just giving the government $600. No. I get a lot of this back at tax time. So that equals $3,107. And then, of course, we have our side hustle income, which is from hosting trivia, which is $250. My next budgeting, so setting up October, there's going to be a couple other side hustles that are going to go into this. Maybe one, two, I'm not quite sure. I have to remember, but I do have some like other funds that are coming that I kind of forgot about. So maybe this number will be increased. I do have to miss a couple of trivia nights this paycheck period because of a business trip and a concert, but hopefully that'll like all even itself out. So total, if we add that up, is 3,107 plus 250 gives us $3,357. Now we're going to go to the fixed expenses here. So the first thing is rent, which is due on the 15th because that is the first date of the paycheck period. I do a lot of my fixed expenses in half, so a lot of these numbers are like half the total number. So we're doing $400 for rent, and then utilities, we are also going to continue on with the $100 for right now. I'm really trying to like build a buffer in my rent and utilities account, my checking account, just in case anything is like more than I was anticipating it to be. And then we have Spotify, which has increased from $10 to $11. And then we've got in terms of my student loan is I save for this, and that's $300. This goes into my high yield savings account. So my plan for student loans, I'll explain this once we probably get into October, but I'm doing what I can to save basically extra payments. So if I'm ever short or for somehow like I didn't save enough or properly to make my payment every month, I have like a buffer in my high yield savings account that I can use to make sure I'm not missing or late on a payment. And then we have car insurance, which this is half as well. I save for this in my high yield savings account. I do $65. I used to save it in sinking funds, and then I thought, no, like car insurance, I have to pay this every 6 months. So I'm going to start using it as a fixed expense, and I split it into every paycheck. Boxing gym, which if by the end of the year, if I am not going at least twice a week, I'm canceling this membership because there is really no need to be paying. So I pay $93 twice a month. So $186 total. I would much rather have that money back to go into sinking funds if I'm not actually using it. I love the classes, don't get me wrong. My schedule is just so chaotic right now that the classes that they have don't fit into my schedule. And yes, I could go to like the 5:30 a.m. class, but if you know me personally, I am not a morning person. I could do it like maybe once and then I'd be exhausted the whole day, especially when I'm like staying out late for trivia because that doesn't normally get done until 8:30 or 9, and then I'm not home until like 9:30, 10. So it's really hard then to like turn around and get up really early the next morning. So whatever. Peacock due on the 21st is $6. I might have to pause this because of the whole writer's strike thing, if you guys were following that. I don't know why I was even paying for this because none of my new shows have even posted on Peacock, but it's like $6 a month. It's like, even if it's 6 times 12, okay, I get $72 back in my budget for the year, but it's like really worth it. I don't know. Yes, $70 is great, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. So LA Fitness, also I need to improve my attendance record there, is $50. And this is just for the whole month. That's not half. Same with Peacock. It's for the whole month. And then we have Acorns. Let's see how many Wednesdays there are. So we've got 1, 2. So this will be $40 because it comes out every Wednesday. And then we've got therapy, and I just have one therapy appointment this session, so that's $25. And then this is every Monday now. I am contributing to my Roth IRA. It is invested. Guys, pay attention to the video right at this moment because I follow a Facebook page called Financial Independence Retire Early FIRE, FIRE. It's on Facebook. There's like 100,000 members. It's insane. But somebody posted, my absolute worst fear is if you are contributing to a Roth or a 401k, you need to make sure that it is being invested properly. Contact a financial advisor, contact whoever the person is or the company that holds those accounts, and make sure it's invested because this poor woman, man, I don't know who it was, person made a Facebook post that said, I opened a Roth or a 401k account 14 years ago, and the same amount of money that I've put in is still there. It has not grown, it has not been invested, and that is absolute just so unfortunate, and I do not want that to be you. Because on average, I think it's like between 7 and 10%, maybe even more, that your Roth or 401k should be growing year over year. So if that happened to you and say you had $100,000 that should have been invested over 14 years, that's a significant amount of money that you just completely lost out on because you didn't pay attention, you didn't log into your accounts, and that is just my worst fear. So please, please, please check your accounts, make sure that you are having those funds invested, that they're not just sitting as a pile of cash that is just gonna sit there as a pile of cash. Make sure that it is invested so you are getting returns on your money. If it's not invested, why do you even have that in your account? Like, make sure it's invested. Please, 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 because I do not want that to be you in like 15 years and you look at your account and say, oh, shoot, I didn't invest that, and now there's literally nothing that you can do. So please, just PSA to everybody, don't let that be you. Okay, so in moral of the story, so the Roth, I've been putting $15 every week. So we've got 2 Tuesdays, I believe, for the month of September, or this pay period, 2 Mondays. So that's $30. So let's add all of this up. 400 plus 100 plus 11 plus 300 plus 65 plus 93 plus 6 plus 50 plus 40 plus 25 plus 30 equals $1,020. So you take 3357 minus 1120 equals 2,237 left over. Okay, so now we're going to grocery, which we're budgeting 100. I'm really trying to save better for this. I just started a new sort of meal planning process system, whatever you want to call it, it's called 5 dinners, 1 hour. And the concept is, instead of cooking all of your meals in advance, you prep them all in advance. So every night you can come home and just pop something in the oven, pop something on the stovetop, put in the crock pot before you leave for work, and it's ready by the time you get home, or you're done, cleaning the house or whatever you do in the evening time. And then you don't have a bunch of like leftovers or food expiring in the fridge. You're just like cooking it based off kind of the protein dates. They do, like, the idea is you can prep 5 meals in 1 hour. That'll set you up for the whole week. I personally, it takes me a little bit longer because I'm like new and I get distracted and I'm slow at this sort of thing. And I don't do 5 dinners because it's just me. And you can adjust the serving size. It is a subscription based model, but honestly, it saves me so much money from eating out. And all it has to do for the subscription to be worth it is for it to save me eating out twice a month. Literally. I think there's different plans. One is like $15 and one is $30. And I have the $30 one. I had the $15 originally, but I wanted some more recipes. You can adjust the serving sizes. You can do like sheet pan, crock pot. There's just like a bunch of stuff that you can do. So I'll put the affiliate link in the description box below if you're interested. Honestly, it's been completely life-saving. I'm going to do a whole video about it, but if you want to get a jump start and honestly start saving yourself time, money, because I just submit my grocery order on like Fred Meyer, QFC, Walmart.com, and I just go pick up my groceries and then I prep the meals in advance, Sunday or Monday, and then I'm set for the whole week. So that's been saving me on groceries a ton. Eating out, because I'm still such a sucker, 125. I've been eating out less frequently, but my bills have just been higher. Like if I go out to dinner or lunch like with my boyfriend and I end up paying, it's just more expensive. So 125, we'll just keep it at that as we're continuing to decrease that. Gas car is going to be $60 because man, oh man, gas is expensive right now. Investments. So we've got $25 for investments. That's on top of the Acorns and Roth. Fun and entertainment, I'm going to put 100 for. It's fall, y'all. So hopefully there will be some fun fall activities. Holiday is nothing. And then self-care is $50 for the nails. And then miscellaneous is 40. And then we have travel and vacay, which should be 0. And then pets is our normal $35. So let's add all of that up. We've got 100 plus 125 plus 60 plus 25 plus 100 plus 50 plus 40 plus 35 gives us 535. So taking the $2,237 we had left over minus 535 gives us 1,702. 1,702. So we all know my rule for this year that all side hustle income goes towards sinking funds. And the past couple of budgets, I've been decreasing that to just $100 and putting it towards debt. I decided I'm not doing that anymore. I want to continue putting side hustle income towards my sinking funds, because if I don't have money in sinking funds, I put it on my credit card, then it's just a vicious cycle here. So we're going to stop doing that. We're going to continue. We're going to put all $250 into side hustle, or excuse me, of side hustle income into sinking funds. So back to the basics. We've got deductible as 40. Medical expenses at 25, 2024 vacay at 35, our normal amount, car maintenance, because I realize I am eventually going to have to get an oil change. I'm not at the mileage yet, but we need to start saving again for that. Self-care, I'm going to start saving $25. Like if I want to get a massage or a facial, all of that is actually very good for you. Just FYI. So I want to start saving for something like that. Just $25, maybe a paycheck. Future fun, we've got $50. And then just vacations. I have one more vacation planned this year where I'm physically getting on a flight. And that's not until December. So there might be some other stuff like worked in there, but for right now, that is what we have. So 40 plus 25 plus 35 plus 25 plus 25 plus 50 plus 50 gives us that 250. So 1702 minus 250 gives us $1,452 left over to put towards debt. So I wish I wasn't in this credit card debt, because then all of this would be going to a house savings fund right now. And I'm like, truly, you can't see me, but I'm rubbing my eyes in just pure frustration at myself, because I should have been more responsible, but I wasn't. So I have to put that all towards credit card debt, because I really do not want to get charged interest. So my Alaska Airlines credit card is getting $819, and my Discover is getting $633, because that's what the current balance is at. And honestly, it's like literally all from Amazon purchases. It's so stupid. My Discover card, at least. My Alaska Airlines card is from like who the hell knows what. Excuse my language. So $819 plus $633 gives us $1,452, meaning zero left over for the end of September. So I hope this was helpful, and hopefully you actually look into my PSA and tell your friends too, like make sure their money is invested. Like, could you imagine? It's like my literal worst fear is in 15 years when I'm turning 40, right? Because I'm only 26 right now, opening up those accounts and realizing that the past 14 years that money gained absolutely nothing. And you're nowhere better off than I was at this exact moment today. So it's giving me such anxiety even thinking about it. But please, 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 please double check your accounts. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your kids, tell your siblings. Like, I beg you, because it's literally only going to benefit you. This has nothing to do with me. Like, this is your money. But like, why would you leave free money on the table? Like, if you want to comment below why you would do that, go for it. But please make sure you are making sure your money is invested, and talk to somebody in a obvious financial position, not myself, like a financial advisor who can walk you through how to properly invest it if it's not invested. So I appreciate all of you watching this channel. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in my next video very soon. Bye.